I'm looking at this, the Five-ish
Yeah.
nonprofit, Oorah, their
Sure,
YouTube
sure.
channel. I
Yeah.
haven't even clicked on this video yet. It's already making me laugh. It just in the thumbnail it says it's just like a picture of some girl, and then the words "Judaism speaks for itself," and then the title of the video is "Why does Oorah spend $26,000 a day?" And they're going to justify it in a 53-minute video here.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
They see the value. They see the value of people growing. They see the value of learning Torah.
I think Judaism speaks for itself. You know, they just know the beauty of it. I guess you could say they drank the fruit punch, and they just want everyone else to drink from it as well.
Well, I think
That's pretty good.
He just made a positive drink the Kool-Aid.
That's pretty good. It's
really
important.
cares about the Jewish people, you know?
I think they 100% see a person and they see the potential they have and they want to invest. They see it for the long run, like how amazing it is to see this student who can go to seminary and they can be a part of it.
I think Ura's main motivation for all of this is just really to take these amazing people and just get them the most connected that they can to their Judaism.
It's just good people who want to do more good.
Yeah, but where's Five-ish? Where's Five-ish in all this?
Good people who just want to do more good, you know?
Five-ish goes through airport security. I should have looked at these earlier. Anyway, I guess we should.
Did we start Audacity?
We did not.
He walked out in the gray light and stood, and he saw for a brief moment the absolute truth of the world. The cold, relentless circling of the intestate earth. Darkness implacable. The blind dogs of the sun in their running. The crushing black vacuum of the universe. And somewhere 200 animals trembling like ground foxes in their cover. Borrowed time and borrowed world and borrowed eyes with which to sorrow it.
And lo, for the earth was empty of form, and void, and darkness was all over the face of the deep, and we said, look at that fucker dance.
Welcome to Heat Death of the Universe, a podcast, a bitch, a lover, a child, a mother, a sinner, a saint, your hell, your dream, and
a perfectly stable individual.
It is 9:21 in the post-meridium Central Standard Time, Friday, May 22nd, 2569, era of the Buddha. The voice speaking now is the voice of Joshua Hell, my not my Nomen Mutashio. And as always, coming to us live from Los Angeles,
I'm not called sheep.
California, is Tim, aspiring Nepo Bunkle / Turkish Get-Up Kids, Buechner. We got a twofer for you folks. I checked in earlier in the week, and then I checked in today.
Nice.
What's up, Tim?
Oh, not much. Just, relaxing, getting ready for the long weekend here, California, America style, Memorial Day weekend. Everybody knows, it's one of the most important holidays on the calendar, where you sit back with your loved ones and dance around the memorial tree or whatever the fuck you're supposed to do. So that's a good one, right?
We're all big fans here. The podcast Concerned Minds. I'll be doing some, I guess, nominal noticing that it's Memorial Day on Memorial Day for the first time in Lord knows how long.
Is it Memorial Day in Korea on Monday? Korean Memorial Day?
I don't believe they celebrate fallen American troops, although it's kind of all like every day is kind of Memorial Day to some degree, to some extent in South Korea. I guess just depends on the demographic, I suppose.
Right.
I mean, it's Memorial Day every day at the War Memorial Museum, for instance.
Right. That's true. I was thinking of that Family Guy bit, but I guess that was Vietnam, where the guy is standing by that wall of the fallen soldiers or whatever and saying scoreboard.
Right.
That's not Korea, obviously.
Yeah, gloating over your win over the Empire.
Yeah, pretty good. Although that wasn't a war, so it doesn't count. They didn't win because it wasn't. It's just like this thing that we're doing in Iran. It's not a war. It's just a technical incursion or something.
Yeah, not much news this week. Again, you gotta stretch it, really.
That's true.
Very little worth discussing in the world this week, but we'll figure it out. It's not an overwhelming, even small list of 1% of the things that happened over the last week.
Right.
Not at all.
No, everything's been pretty chill. It's also been 2 weeks since we recorded, so there is that too.
Oh, right. But, again.
We don't need to worry about that, though.
Well, it's always
it really doesn't make a difference, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it does. I mean, if 1 week is full of news, 2 weeks will be all the more full, I guess. That's how it should go.
Yes, in theory, but it's like we don't have to necessarily, go back from whence we came or anyway.
True, and I think I've eliminated a lot of those. Probably, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Did you eliminate all the juice?
Yeah. Speaking of that, judge bans Cars for Kids. Cars for Kids jingle.
That's good.
In California, citing misleading advertising. Now, to not bury the lead too much.
Yeah, because we talked about this, I think, offhandedly. I think we've referenced this, that Cars for Kids is one of these fucked up things. Well, just this, that, like, Cars for Kids is one of these fucked up things that, like, is really hinky with, like, letting you know that it's, like, not really, what is the word? Like a charity, Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of subtly imply that, like the Goodwill thing, we've talked about that too, where it's like it's subtly implied. They try to make it you think like, oh, it's a charitable thing, but it's really just a for-profit business.
Well, and they're also playing hide the ball with their true ideology, from what I gathered from this story.
Sure, that too. Yeah.
Cars for Kids basically is it wears its Judaism proudly on its sleeve. That's one way to describe what Five-ish is. But it would be better to characterize it as a Zionist organization, and a very hardline one, even within that world, I guess, from everything I've gathered about it. And the little bit of poking around I did on their YouTube channel, for example. But yeah, they do a lot of like what's it called? Birthright style tours.
Yeah. Right. Joy Division, I think that's what that's called. That's what Birthright is, basically,
Explain. I don't follow.
Because the Joy Division was like the Nazi movement to like encourage procreation within like good German stock.
But for the others,
is like,
I see.
Yeah, and then Birthright is like the same idea. Like they want you to go back to Israel, and like they don't, it's just basically young kids spending time around each other, and it's like either you hook up with like an Israeli who's going to be more open to it because you're like, ooh, this is one of those diasporic Jews, this is interesting, or you just hook up with one of the other American or non-Israeli Jews that are on trip with you because you guys are in the same hotel and nearby each other or whatever. So it's basically it's social engineering.
And or you get a condom blowjob from a sex trafficked stripper,
Yes.
and your name is one Adam Jewish Friedland.
He's Adam. What is he? The millennial? No, yeah, millennial Dick Cavett and the Joe Rogan of the left, Friedman.
Millennial Joe Rogan.
What was I thinking? Oh man, no, this is absolutely not. Doesn't matter. Not a reference worth making on this podcast or really anywhere. If we're being honest with ourselves.
I mean, the main reason I even put this on the old list is because this is the organization that gave us Five-ish, which to those not in the know,
Right.
I mean, number one, I would just Google Five-ish right now as you're listening to the podcast, because you're going to want to take a look at this guy.
It seems like it can't be real. Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at Five-ish and it's like, this can't be real. This is anti-Semitic propaganda, but it's not.
I mean, Five-ish was really telling us years ago, before it was like more common talking point wisdom. I guess on sort of on our side of the plate, as our president would call it.
Yes, as any sane, rational individual would call it.
On our side of the plate aisle fence.
A plate is just a fence that you get to eat off of. Everyone is always saying that.
Also true. Which means it's also a kind of a wall. Build the wall, get on the fence. It's all coming together. We're unraveling the things that make President Trump tick. But no, I was thinking like, it's like more sort of common knowledge now for more people than maybe ever before to like talk about, don't conflate Judaism with Zionism. Actually, Zionism is pretty anti-Semitic in itself, in a sort of weird way, unintuitive way, I guess. But Five-ish was like laying this out very clearly so long before that. Like, it seems like the fever dream of like a Stormfront subscriber, to put it one way.
Right.
A Totenkampf tattoo haver. Not Graham Plattner, though. The other ones, the real bad guys.
The guys who got it on account of it's racist. He got it for fun. He didn't know what it was. We're talking about the kind of people who did it on purpose.
Sure. What is it? So then, what does it mean if a Nazi gets Five-ish tattooed on their bicep?
It's pretty good, I think. Pretty good move, honestly. Five-ish has done a lot for the community, the anti-Semitic community.
But yeah, I mean, I guess the Cars for Kids stuff is basically like, let's see here. Let's read a little from prime sources. Orange County Superior Court Judge Gassia Apkarian issued the May 8th ruling against Cars for Kids and its jingle. I like that the jingle is specifically signaled out here. Featuring children dancing and singing. The decision came in a lawsuit filed by a California man who argued that the ad prominently features young children, even though some of the proceeds are directed towards programs benefiting Israel trips for elder teens. Quote, money cannot undonate a car or restore the donor's beliefs that they were helping a local needy child, the ruling says. The evidence also shows that children, especially needy or underprivileged children, are not the recipients of the proceeds of the donations. Shock of all shocks.
Right.
Zionists aren't looking out for kids all around the world? You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, right. Incredible. Well, at least it's like officially in the public record.
Yeah, it's out there for all to see. You know, I was kind of surprised that I didn't see, and like it might be out there and I just missed it. And it's probably the case, actually. But I'm still sort of surprised I didn't see like a follow-up to this, which was like, here are all these insane Zionists claiming that this is, you know, some kind of racism against them or something. But yeah, that's not mentioned in this NBCnews.com article. And they were also ordered to pay this guy who sued them $250, which was what
Good, you know?
which was what his car was worth that he donated. What kind of car was this? I know I read that.
We've all been there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, the two cars that I've owned in my life, both, I believe I may have even had to pay someone to tow one away,
Right.
as it was dead. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like it's just scrap, you know?
Indeed. Which suddenly makes me think of that car smashing scene in The Brave Little Toaster. Faillennials out there, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember this. There's a part in that where the toaster fucks a car?
No, it's actually like kind of like that movie's like a little bit harrowing compared to like maybe what all these participation trophy pussies watch these days.
Right.
Back in my day, we grew up on the hard stuff. Brave Little Toaster.
Yeah, it actually was kind of fucked up when you think about it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
I'll stand by
it
that.
teaches you about pathos and shit.
You don't remember the scene in the I'm trying to think of the.
Nah, not really, but I'm sure I do.
It's like the thing where like they're using the giant magnet, I believe, to like pick up entire cars and like crush them into a little cube, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then the cute little appliances feel in jeopardy or something, I'm sure. What am I talking about? Did we move on to the next story yet? I can't even remember.
Not quite, because I was going to say that this story, this stuff reminded me of Five-ish in general, reminded me of something, and it probably would have been a better, it would have obviously been a better take at the time, but this is a classic, hit the rewind sound, classic Heat Death of the Universe rewind take, remembering old news from the past. Do you remember when Ilhan Omar got in trouble for that tweet about Israel saying it's all about the Benjamins? And there was a big kerfuffle.
Sure.
And it was all a bunch of bad faith reading. And like her response and like the official like thing was like she's just talking about AIPAC and donations and stuff. She's not talking about Jews own the money, which is like fair as fuck and obviously true. The thing that crossed my mind that I was like, oh my god, like this is such a more like just such a easy, simple, like you can't even argue with an explanation is like the fucking leader of the country is named Benjamin. Like it's all about the Benjamin. She's talking about Benjamin Netanyahu. Like, how can you even like try to pretend like it's some deeper meaning? You could just be like, she's talking about literally the guy who runs the fucking country.
That's a good way to attack it. I did not actually think of that for some reason, but more people should have thought of it.
Nobody did. I didn't hear a single person fucking say it. Yeah, like it didn't cross anybody's mind.
It really should have. I mean, now that I in retrospect, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
That's why they pay you the big bucks to come up with these.
These things like 2-3 years later. When did that happen? You know what I mean?
That's probably a while ago, but
yeah.
I mean, if anything's going to remind you of it, it's going to be Five-ish coming back in the news, sort of.
Right.
Which I just realized I didn't. For those who may be unfortunate souls who have never seen Five-ish before, I realized I didn't even explain what this fucking thing is. It's like an anthropomorphized $5 bill that teaches kids how to be good Jews. I believe there's like I think there's like a purse character. I feel like that was part of it as well.
Sure,
oh, man,
that's like his mom.
Something like that. And she's like, "Oh, Five-ish, what are you doing?"
Get back inside my giant sloppy pussy.
Look, I just searched Five-ish for the 20th time on Google, and I realized the second thing that comes up after the URA organization is r/Jews of Conscience on Reddit.
Ooh.
And can we talk about Five-ish, the mascot, for a sec? And I'm going to click on that. Let's see.
I was gonna say, I looked it up really quick, and the Ilhan Omar tweet is from fucking pre-COVID. It's like 2019. It's crazy.
That feels right, but yeah.
It's so old. It kind of feels like too old, but yeah, for sure. But then the other thing is, when you were saying like that you didn't describe what Five-ish looks like, I would say that the best way to describe it is that Five-ish looks like a scream without words.
A scream without words raped and impregnated a Furby is what I would add to that.
Yeah, exactly.
This person on Reddit on Jews of Conscience has said here, can we talk about Five-ish, the mascot, for a sec? Does anyone have the backstory on the development or the idea behind Five-ish, the dancing $5 bill? I'm very, very hesitant to judge what Jewish orgs use to market their initiatives. I help a couple of Jewish orgs out myself, but I feel like that mascot is such an easy target for anti-Semites. Do you feel that way? Are you going to go out on a limb and say this mascot could be such an easy target for anti-Semites?
It does feel a little bit like that.
They write,
yeah,
to say it for the third, fourth time, whatever. Very hesitant to judge what Jewish orgs use to market their initiatives. Parentheses, I help a couple of Jewish orgs out myself, but I feel like the mascot is such an easy target for anti-Semites. Parentheses, actual anti-Semites.
Right.
I mean, I guess, like, I think Jews of Conscience is like an anti-Zionist Reddit, I would assume, just based on the name and what I'm seeing here. Anyone with some marketing chops would probably not want to go with something like that. Five-ish. I also think the modern Orthodox segment of Jews that the organization is on level with would understand that it's something that would get lampooned because of Jewish stereotypes about money. Is this person like... I can't tell if this person's being ironic or super serious or not. It's hard to know without greater context, but it sounds like they could be having a laugh, as it were.
Having a bit of a laugh, are they? Are they doing some dirtbag leftist type humor? I'm not a fan, personally.
I mean, we got a username here. We can try to, like, nominative determinism it out.
Sure.
Daniel _Plainchum.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely one of those Bernie brother types. I've heard of this chuming before. I heard that we had a former president who was known,
This is really one of those, like, very annoying, like, they saw a bunch of clever names of, like, in this vein on Twitter over the years and wanted to be one of the ones who makes them as well. They're like, I like movies. I like heady movies like There Will Be Blood, Daniel Plainview, Daniel Plainchum.
That's like
and
not
we've got
really
it.
even very good.
It's bad. It sucks. It sucks.
It's a classic, what we call a 1.5 entendre. It doesn't quite make it all the way.
It strikes me as very try hard and kind of embarrassing to even look at. Them.
And it makes me cry to even look at them.
But obviously, I don't know how seriously we want to take this or even talk about it, but, like, part of the thing with the name is, like, that's a name. Like, Five-ish is if this is supposed to be in a Reddit that's for, like, what is it supposed to be? Rational nationalists? No, kind Jews or something? Was that
Jews of Conscience. But yes. Kind Jews. r/kind
Jews. If this is supposed to be a Jewish person, then they would know that Five-ish is a historical Jewish name. And it's a play off of that it's a name and that it sounds like $5. Especially with this person's, like, affinity for, like you said, making jokey name references, you think they would get it.
Right. And here's where they might give the game away that they are trying to be funny. There's a paragraph break in the standalone two lines here. I don't want to cancel Five-ish. I just want to understand Five-ish.
I mean, just trying to call him in, you know?
I'm posting this here because I'm banned from 2 other Jewish subs, parentheses, you know which ones, for daring to question the IDF's actions, and the other J subs would also be likely to find this question/topic hostile. If this post is too inflammatory, I understand. Got 22 upvotes, 11 comments.
Yeah.
Posted 3 days ago. Oh, I guess they maybe
3 days?
Maybe they're reacting to this more recent Five-ish stuff.
Yeah, it must be. This must be someone who just heard about Five-ish from this podcast. They were listening to us recording this, and they went back in time and made that post. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
I'm just seeing here on the, searching for Five-ish. There, like I said, I think earlier, maybe before we hit record, when you search for Five-ish, you get a lot of Cumtown talking about Five-ish. And it's just reminding me, because it says here, audios from Cumtown Premium episode, Bleep, Texas. Just reminds me of the, it feels like so long ago, at Virgil, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how Nick Mullen would, I don't know. I think he was pretty much out, like, talking shit about him on the show.
Right.
But he would give away his dead name or whatever.
Yeah, he said he dead named him multiple times. Yeah.
And would do unflattering impersonations of said Alexis, Texas son of
his mom. Yeah.
Well, I think there was a little more going on in the news this week besides Cars for Kids and Five-ish, and some guy getting $250 for his car that he donated to Five-ish. I will also just add that it's hilarious that Five-ish is still actively a character for this pretty shamelessly pro-Zionist organization. But I guess speaking of Israel, this genocide isn't all that bad.
Yeah.
Says, what was this? Oh, this was The Onion, the fake newspaper.
Wait, no, not anymore. Now it's real, right?
Oh, right.
Now
It's InfoWars, the real information wars news fair. Yeah, this was The Onion headline from September 1st, 2006, which pretty sure 2006 was when another mini genocide was continuing on. Yeah. But
hey, listen, it's, as they say, it's genocide somewhere. You know?
No, I did see that on Twitter with all-time good politics poster Asal Rad, I believe is how you say her name. I don't know if I've ever heard it said out loud, so apologies if I'm wrong. But follow her on Twitter, folks. But she posted that alongside this New York Post opinion piece that I found newsifying.
Ooh.
It's got views, so it is by definition news. I don't know how many actually, because this isn't YouTube. This is New York Post. This was attributed to the entire editorial board of the paper, entitled "Luxurious Gaza Cafes Poke Quite the Hole in the, quote, genocide narrative."
Oh, you say that you're being genocided, but you still drink coffee? Interesting.
It's that fucking annoying meme that I think you explained to me No, I must have seen it before. What is it? The like sarcastic, cartoon guy saying like, "Oh, I'm so smart, anti-capitalist using an iPhone," or is that what it is?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. That sums it up pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But just to get into the dismissive, this is alongside 2 weeks ago's last episode where we mentioned Trump referring to the victims of Jeffrey Epstein as victims or whatever. It's kind of a similar tone about not genociding, but just mass killing tons of people. I guess is their the position on the whole thing here. You know what? This is so short and so stupid. I might just read the whole thing. First word of the article. Horrors! Exclamation point. The latest atrocity in Gaza, reports Al Jazeera, is a wave of, quote, luxurious cafes and restaurants that have sprung up, quote, revealing a new genocidal reality. That's right. Israel haters have yet another new definition of genocide, wherein fancy restaurants built with expensive materials, carefully painted, furnished with tables, sofas, and elegant chairs, with glass facades and shining lights, giving off a, quote, luxury feel, are fresh proof of the, quote, there's way too much scare quote going on in this bullshit. Fresh
Stand by something, you piece of shit. Jesus
but I mean,
Christ.
it just if you only just glanced at it and saw how many words are in quotes, you'd be like, oh, this is going to have like a real shitty tone of voice to it.
Of course. That's what I mean. It's like it's having fucking no backbone. To like everything is like in quotes, like snarky. Like that just, there's this air of like nothing, you're not willing to say anything with confidence, you know?
Well, what's weird too is that they are like actually quoting Al Jazeera, but then they're just putting like words that they don't like alongside that in quotes. So it makes it not really confusing to read and comprehend, but like to just read aloud to people who aren't looking at it. It challenges the shifts in the tone of voice or whatever, but anyway, I'll finish it here. Giving off a, quote, luxury feel are fresh proof of the, quote, genocidal abnormality that Israel has inflicted on the people of Gaza. I was getting so used to doing the scare quotes voice, I was going to just say that Israel has inflicted on the people of Gaza.
Yeah, exactly. Quote unquote.
It's genocidal, you see, because not everyone in Gaza can afford to go there. Quote, the expensive new establishments reflect the deeply unjust social order that has emerged in Gaza. Has emerged, or was it there all along? The Gaza foodie scene, amply documented on many Instagram feeds, is supported by the local elite, many of whom, quote, engage in illicit activities like smuggling, looting, and hoarding during acute shortages. Huh. Sounds like vindication of those Israeli claims that Hamas was routinely stealing aid, causing shortages and intensifying the suffering of the average Gazan, while also, again, disproving the noise about, quote, famine. Oh boy. So, yeah, I mean, it's
really, like, you just don't have much of a leg to stand on any of this shit. When you're trying to, like, counter signal, like, famine, genocide, all of this, and, like, everything you have to like, point to is, like, people, like, look, they're alive. You know what I mean? Like, you're, like, really, you think you're, like, doing something you're really not. Being, like, oh, they're able to be alive. There's some of them are still alive. Like, people love to say that. Like, if Israel was really trying to genocide them, wouldn't they all just be dead? It's like, no. Like, wouldn't that argument extend to, like, Hitler? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Wouldn't you be like, how are there any? Because the whole thing where they try to argue and be like, I heard someone say that where they were like, you know, a non-Jewish person being like, I don't like to call it a genocide because the people who I know are Jewish, like it strikes a certain chord that makes them feel uncomfortable because that word means, which like it's fucking bullshit. You don't get to like take ownership of the entire concept of genocide just because you think yours is the most important one or whatever. Especially because historically it's not. But whatever. But then also to be like, well, yes, ours is the only true genocide and it's the real one. And then also, like, you can definitely prove that the only way that it works is that you kill everybody of that. Is like the way that you know that that's true is because I'm here to tell you that the genocide that they did to us is the only real one. And I'm here telling you that. Like, so if everyone's not dead, it's not a genocide. And you know you can believe that because my people were genocided. And I'm explaining this to you.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, this almost just strikes me as like opinion in the United States is like, you know, finally after decades of just, you know, the majority of Americans like blindly supporting Israel no matter what, it's like reversing, you know, gradually, I guess relatively quickly. It's just not, it'll never be fast enough, but it just, they like caught this one little story and we're just like, oh, well, like, I'm an idiot. Everyone else is stupid like me. So surely they're going to react to this the same way I did. Like,
yeah, of course.
Luxury cafes. People, I mean, and the other thing is there's a picture of the cafe in this article. Like they chose this picture and it's literally, it's like, right. It's like a bare bones, like tent with like a tarp for walls and a ceiling. Hardly what most people would consider luxury. But yeah, it's that whole thing of just like, oh, well, I thought they were all supposed to be dead. Or, you know, I see these pictures of like the entirety of Gaza is just like dust. But this isn't dust. This is coffee. Coffee isn't dust, guys. Have we not learned this lesson yet? That coffee does not equal dust?
It's just brown water, man.
I gotta say, truly shocking stuff from the New York Post here. I just saw a headline of, I can't believe I didn't catch that one. Hunter Biden went on Candace Owens' podcast.
Oh, yes, I saw people talking about this.
Did it like just happen? I can't believe I would have missed that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember.
People aren't passing along the news, or maybe I'm just not fully wasting my life on the internet as much as I normally do.
You know, it's like I heard about it. I knew that it was happened, it had not been released yet, or blah, 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 whatever. But it's like, I'm just not a big, like, I'm going to watch a YouTube interview. You know what I mean? Like, so I never even tried to follow up on it. It's just not it's not up my alley, you know?
It just seems like one of those stories I would have seen on like 5 or 6 different like YouTube channels that I follow or something. Like they all have the same take on the same video. But this, I think the reason I didn't see it is this is like, I think max happened like 24 hours ago is what it looks like according to Google here. But most of the reactions to it are just a few hours ago. Yeah, anyway. This is a juicy title from the Hollywood Reporter. How Hunter Biden ended up in Candace Owens' home studio next to her Brigitte Macron doll. What?
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? We're doing some more Candace Owens type shit here.
I really get
to some real Candy Owens hours.
I realize I actually, for all my talk about her being so sexy and saying things like
I'm gonna haunt you,
things like that. Right. I don't think I've ever watched like any. But the thing is, actually, I don't really watch any of these people. I've never watched like a Tim Pool video. I just watch other people, you know, compile and mock these people. I'm not gonna. I believe I've said these exact words before. I'm really into wasting my life, but not that much into it.
Right.
What are we talking about here? I mean, next on the list, just I think we tackled that New York Post mocking the genocide article thoroughly enough. Massey. Did you hear about Massey? Massey's gone, folks.
Yeah, Messy Massey, they're calling him.
They're calling him Messy Massey. I mean, I guess this just seems notable. I mean, it's notable for several reasons. I guess maybe the first being that this is the historically most expensive. I can't remember what the real stats were. I think it was most expensive race for Congress in American history. But some people were saying most expensive election period, which I'm pretty sure is not the case. So Trump hates Thomas Massey. Thomas Massey's the outlier Republican. For those who don't know, he really hates pedophiles, which is haram within the GOP, I guess. And he's also not a fan of waging war across the world, apparently, and he seems to actually stick to his guns on those things. This is not an endorsement of the man. He still sucks. He's like kind of an idiot libertarian guy who like mostly to go against what Trump has said about him, what people have, like Republicans who have gone against him lately are saying about him, why he deserved to be ousted by the Israel lobby, basically. He mostly did vote along party lines. I'm pretty sure if you like take a look at his voting record, but they're saying he's not a team player, and that's why he had to be done dirty by the Adelsons and the AIPACs and the Trumps and the Buechners and so on. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's not much more to it than that. I sometimes feel like I feel a little torn about the presence of the guy, because like when I saw that he lost, I thought like, that's too bad, I guess, because he was the one guy really like kind of dissenting on like, I mean, at least two important things, but I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter. And neither does anything.
He doesn't matter. His position isn't important. The idea that, like, he's the voice of the MAGA, the anti-Trump MAGA coalition that's trying to exist after he's gone or whatever. Like, it's just, he's basically just like fucking... This is the thing that's insane, to be like, let's mourn the loss of Thomas Massey because he got shit on by, obviously it's unfair, and it's a bad sign for like politics, for like the concept of American like democracy. Sure, that you can be sad about that. Massey himself doesn't matter, because basically you're kind of being like, isn't it sad that like the base rump like QAnon dead enders who haven't given up on the idea of like the storm, like who still believe in Jewish space lasers basically, and are just like, they're turning on Trump because, oh, shock of all shock, it turns out Don never believed any of that shit and was basically just like trying to take advantage of it to like fill his pockets. Like, that's who you're like rooting for? You're rooting for the guy who's like a true believer of like the fucking meme magic bullshit that was like started out as a joke on 4chan, basically, is kind of what you're saying. Like, I get that one of the major cleavers and why Massey is like a positive, I guess, is that like he's anti-war, anti-intervention or whatever. But like at his core, he also like got into the MAGA coalition on the back of like being a fucking, Q kind of psychopath type guy.
Yeah, like I honestly didn't even really take notice of him until honestly probably, I don't know, maybe right after Trump came into office for the second time. I think I hadn't even heard of I haven't heard of the guy.
I don't like the guy.
Right.
But that's just me. What else happened? I don't know. In the realm of like parties that don't like certain people that are running within the party, the Democrats did some hilarious, sad, pathetic further attempts to like discredit Graham Plattner, who's like, I think very seems pretty clearly going to win the race that he's in at this point from anything I've been paying attention to, like numbers wise on that. But they basically were like, this guy jacked off once, y'all. Are we going to allow that in the Democratic Party? I can't even remember what it was. Just like a lot of people have been like scrutinizing his like Reddit, his Reddit history, which just made me want like kind of imagine if people were to scour my Reddit history. And I'd like to be able to say like, I think I'd stand alongside anything I've posted on Reddit, but you know, that's just me, a pure r/TrueAnon ML communist to the max.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't have a Marine period where I just talked about jacking off with my brothers in arms, as it were. Right. Brothers in arms. That's a good like didgeridoo download, brothers.
Yeah, it really. Yeah, it sounds incredible.
Oh man, there was another phrase I thought of earlier today that I thought would have been a great euphemism for masturbating. Oh, maybe it will come up later. I think something in these notes made me think of it, so maybe it will come up later. But speaking of Jewish space lasers, which you just brought up,
this is true.
And it just reminded me we could connect this, so I put this article further up on the list. Your gal, I don't know why I think of Ashley St. Clair as the lady you want to make sex with or something.
Oh no, I like her. I'm not into her like
You're
that.
into her politics only.
Yeah, I like that she's a firebrand. I like that she's speaking truth to power.
She looked unrecognizable in this most recent "Get Ready with Me" video. To be fair
like,
to me,
we're
first,
super familiar with her.
That's what
I'm saying.
That's what I was about to say. Is I had a vague memory that she was just like a kind of generically hot, attractive looking person. That's all I could remember. And then I saw this person who looked a lot younger than I was remembering. But
sure. Well, anyway. I mean, motherhood will do that to you. She's glowing. She's got that, young mom elasticity. I don't know. Anyways. But yeah, no, I mean, the real thing is, like, you like fucking studied her deeply to know. It's like, you don't really have, like you said, you have like just a vague concept of her, but you didn't really know what she looked like. I mean, I don't really know what she looks like. Oh man, here's a picture of her with Kash Patel. This is perfect. They are like so good as like, just like good looking adjacent people. You know what I mean? Like they're just kind of off enough. It's not bad, and like sometimes people say it's like that wabi-sabi thing. It's like good, but it's like you can just tell they're not like perfect models, They're just like, they're like a slightly above average, good-looking, normal people, right? Yeah, that's a good couple. Patel and Ashley Sinclair should get together.
I mean, stranger things have happened, I'm sure.
He seems like the right kind of guy to be like the dad, not the stepdad, but the dad who stepped up. He's got Kash Patel has great fucking shitty stepdad energy, not abusive, but just like nerdy and annoying kind of stepdad, he's a good guy. I wish he would just shut the fuck up sometimes,
Well, I don't know maybe if she hadn't, I was going to say gone off the reservation, which is A, not politically correct, and B, I think not really the meaning I'm going for here. But she, she rejected her tribe, right? She's anti-MAGA now, right? So it might be hard to, but now I could imagine her like just making another pivot. The pivot towards Kash Patel would be pretty pathetic, even after being with
Iluma,
who is the Iluma, who made her famous, I guess you could say, by mailing his semen or whatever he did.
Sure, yeah.
But she's back in the news. Why? She's spilling some tea, as it were. As TMZ put it here in this You know what I wonder about articles? How
I always wondering about articles, that's for sure.
I'm always wondering about articles in general, but when like different sites like just take articles from other publications and then post them completely, like how does that work? Who's getting paid? How is that permission being granted? Because this is a TMZ article on yahoo.com/entertainment/celebrity/articles. Do they pay TMZ, or is this through like corporations that have like a master umbrella corporation,
right,
hovering over them? I don't know. Write in if you know, folks. How does this all work? I could never just look it up on the machine that I'm looking at this from, but Elon Musk's ex, Ashley St. Clair, makes wild claims about his role in election. Source denies. So she basically said that while she was still on good terms with Elon Musk, I think right after she had their child in 2024, Elon Musk was just saying all this shit to her that, I mean, I'll just say my overall take on this whole thing is that she's probably a bit of a grifter in her own right. I don't know. I mean, I won't say she 100% is, because I barely paid attention to her when she was.
And also, you respect women.
I'm a women respecter.
This is true.
My basic stance, I guess, is that if she does really believe what she's saying, she's very gullible, and she just believes that Elon Musk is actually like capable of doing things.
Right.
Like helping steal an election. Myself, looking at this article and seeing the famous, in my mind at least, famous picture of Elon Musk doing his X jump behind Donald Trump with that very developmentally stunted look on his face, mid-jump, midriff exposed.
Oh, belly sticking out, protruding, disgusting, even? Yeah.
Trump looks very sad in front of him as well. Like, oh, why is this man's belly protruding behind me?
That was a very low point for Trump. Remember that? Because that was like, that was when basically everyone was saying like he had no chance, and it was kind of like people were saying like DeSantis is the presumptive nominee. He's gonna do Trump but better, or whatever. And then he hitched his wagon to Elon, and then everything turned around. And that is kind of like what makes it almost make sense that you can believe Ashley Sinclair's side of things, right? But I do think that what's more likely here, because she's acting, and I'm sure that he did this on purpose because he always wants to seem cooler than he is. She's acting like she believes that he was controlling/influencing the results because he knew them before he should, when really what was happening was that he just had like leaked insider information, connections of other people telling him what was happening before it was officially reported, right?
Yeah.
But she thinks that meant he was like in control of it. And like, who amongst us has not done this? I've done it as a wrestling quote unquote, takesman/journalist. I've had people get into my DMs and tell me stuff, and I'll be like, hey, I know, I've got some details, I've got some secrets, and I'll let people think like I know more than I even do, and I'm like, pulling the strings behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. That's all he was doing. He was just trying to impress this. But it's very funny to be like, you paid this girl to like receive your semen in the mail already, and she had a baby with you, and you're still doing like high school kid level, like trying to impress her stuff because you're just such a fucking goober at your core. You'll never move past that. It's kind of sad, Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it was reported that Iluma, trying to impress her on their first outing, he when she opened the door and he was standing there with his corsage pinned to his lapel, he said, in South Africa, we ask the women to
look at my penis.
Iluma! That's right.
But that's the reason I said, speaking of space lasers, Here we go. The former conservative commentator, Ashley St. Clair, shared her tale on TikTok Monday, posting a Get Ready With Me vid on the app, during which she explained Musk allegedly told her one night that when they were alone, that he had a bunch of lasers in space ready to help create an, quote, anomaly in the Matrix, unquote.
That's right.
St. Clair said she told Elon not to say more when he said the piece he was talking about shouldn't even be on the proverbial chessboard because she didn't want to be deposed later on. So he never told her exactly what he meant by the comments. What a good guy. She claims Elon sent her things like real-time data she doesn't think he ever should have had access to, given what she knows of political canvassing during campaign season, which is a lot. She's an operative.
Yep, that's true. She's what we call a honeypot.
She said that he was texting her from Mar-a-Lago on election night. Yes, I guess we covered this. He said, like, I know what's happening before anyone else does. It's like, it's almost so sad that I could almost for a second feel sorry for Iluma. But I won't, because he sucks.
It's illegal.
And it's illegal. She said she could take a boatload of hush money from Musk, but she won't take it because she's not motivated by self-interest.
That's right.
Let that hang out there a bit.
That's right.
Finally, Musk and St. Clair are in a nasty custody battle over their son, Romulus. This is my first time learning that their son's name was Romulus.
Huh. I mean, I'll give her, like, some credit that it's not, like, the worst of the Elon Musk baby names, but it's not great.
I was just thinking, it wasn't the Culkin guy on Succession, wasn't his name Romulus? But now I'm looking it up.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh no, they called him Roman. I mean, Romulus is probably the coolest name Elon Musk has named one of his kids so far, but, you know, it's still not that great, I'll say. Musk decided to sue for custody after St. Clair walked back previous negative comments regarding the transgender community. And that's how the article ends. So, like, Musk was totally fine with this surrogate, you know, this pussy for hire, this uterus for hire, raising his offspring. But then he saw that she wasn't even going like pro trans. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know this story. Do you know the story about this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not really.
I mean, it says here from like a little over a year ago, the hyperlink to that. Elon Musk says, "Your 13th child is all mine." Ashley St. Clair sues for sole custody. I have to put that into context. Number one, I don't want to do my main man dirty like that.
Sure.
The 26-year-old claims the 53-year-old. Wow, this is my first time seeing their age gap written out like that.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough, right?
Wanted to keep the baby news quiet, the child being his 13th, if all is legit, but she alleges Elon has seen the baby boy only 3 times since the child was born sometime in September. Okay. All right. I think we all got the gist of what Ashley St. Clair is up to these days.
Sure, good for her. Looking over Musk's children is fucked up, and you can definitely see... I think that there's some, let's say, there's some psychology going on that you can notice pretty quickly. Because his first kid dies at 10 weeks old. And then the next thing is he has twins and then triplets with the same, like, his first wife. Which is, like, having multiples like that is clearly a sign of, like, you know, in using, like, fertility treatments. So, clearly, like, a lot of this, like, he tries to act like it's about, like, repopulating. A lot of this, I think, is dealing with the pain of having his first child die. That he, like, instantly jumped into, like, trying to do everything to have more kids.
I mean, that's a very
yeah
charitable reading, I guess. But I mean,
like in an obsessive way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it charitable. I would say, like, clearly he had, like, an insane negative reaction to the pain of dealing with a child dying that he reacted to in a super fucked up way. By, like, trying to, like, because you can't fucking fix it or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you're never gonna, like, do that, but he's trying to, like, use science or something to, like, counterbalance the fact that his kid died and, like, oh, that's gonna fix the pain or whatever. It's never gonna. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Well, no, but then also, like, he's a horrible absent father. So
Right.
That's all I really meant by charitable, is that, like, it supposes that he actually gives a shit at all.
No.
Or did
No.
at one point even.
No. It's that he's trying to soothe his own pain.
But it's like
it's not about the kids.
But, like,
right?
having pain, like, it feels like you would have to care about the child that died.
Right, which I'm sure that he does.
I'm saying, like, you're, and I'm not saying you're wrong. Just saying, like, normally when we talk about, what's his name?
Iluma!
We don't, like, tend to give him, like, I don't know, like,
Human
normal
emotions.
human, functions, emotional functioning.
Well, this is not a normal human emotion. Again, like I said, I think that, like, he has, like, an insane negative reaction to a child dying young that he's trying to, like, deal with, and it's by creating people that he then does not have enough connection to actually, because it doesn't fix the problem. So then he blames the children for not, it's their fault that having them didn't fix his fucking, the hole in his heart or whatever, and he just, like, fucking jettisons them because he's a disgusting fucking monster of a person.
I do know, and I'll say that's fair. Fair play to you.
It's also fucked up that because that quote that you had from Ashley Sinclair saying your 13th child is mine or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's, like, not accounting for the kid that died. Because technically Romulus is the 14th kid that he's had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Truth social, more like falsity social. Some guy named Trump did a couple of unhinged things over the last, I guess, week or two. I don't know. I don't know when things happen anymore. I guess this one might have happened more like 2 weeks ago than a week ago, whatever. Trump, 79, regurgitates crackpot nuclear slop in wild posting spree. Yet another wild posting spree. Did you see this shit earlier? This is in the does not compute section of Daily Beast, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's just more Trump posting AI trash, but this one is of him pressing the big red button from a space station and walking with an alien.
Right.
So yeah, the first one is just him, like, at some kind of control panel in space and watching, like, presumably nuclear there's, like, mushroom clouds just popping up around the globe as he angrily touches the button that's causing them. Normal, precedented presidential type behavior. Yeah, he posted multiple pictures like this, accompanied by words "target destroyed" and "Space Force." But then also the final one, which is the funniest to me, somehow funnier than the president destroying the world with nukes, is Donald Trump walking with a bunch of Ray-Bans clad Secret Service guys and a very ripped, I'll say, alien walking in shackles, nude, gray, big-brained. Trump looking very serious, on a mission. Good stuff from the president.
We do love seeing our big wet boy enjoying himself using AI to create these images. It's good. Oh no. I don't know if this happened since we recorded but Donald Trump has Donald Trump from the real Donald Trump site, Twitter account, posted an AI video of him showing up to throw Stephen Colbert off the stage on his last show that I guess happened today. Oh, he throws him into the trash can. And then he does a little dance. And they're playing like a YMCA knockoff thing. Oh, maybe it's actually YMCA. This is perfect timing that I saw this right as you were talking about right as you were talking about his love, his affinity for AI. But yeah, let me send that to you. I sent it to you in the Discord chat. Check that out. Check this one out. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good that this is the president posting this. And there's community notes on it, because people need to know that it's AI, I guess. Oh, man.
Broadcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, boy. This is upsetting.
It's so good.
I mean, the far more upsetting thing. And I'm not going to pretend like I'm a fan of Stephen Colbert anymore, but I once was in another life before he sucked. I was actually a huge fan of the Colbert Report.
It's like seeing your ex like homeless on the street or something. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm not saying I want him back or nothing, but it sucks to see, I used to care about this person.
Well, I wasn't even going to go that far. Like, it's funny. I mean, it's AI for one thing. But even if I saw Donald Trump actually throw actual Stephen Colbert in a dumpster on the CBS soundstage, what makes me feel worse is the AI double jack off YMCA dance that he's doing for most of the video.
It's not great.
It's very what's the Jay Johnston Mr. Show herky jerky guy. Someone out there knows what I'm talking about. Write in, folks. Let us know if you know who the herky jerky guy from Mr. Show is.
Yes.
It's a guy you see for like maybe 5 seconds in one episode. Anyway.
The herky jerky dancer.
He looks like the herky jerky dancer doing the double jack off YMCA, the gay national anthem, as Trump called it somewhat recently, as we mentioned on our last episode, I think.
Right.
What else? What the fuck else? Oh, there was more. There was even more to this story. This one article, actually, of.
That's what you think.
Of the AI tweet storm, truth storm. He also posted another AI video of himself shooting down an airplane in the Hormuz Strait, I believe. Hang on. That video sucked. Didn't really show. It was only 5 seconds long. Well, anyway, the description of the video in the article, Trump acted out Navy sailors using a computer system to intercept incoming missiles. Okay, we have it in our sight. Fire. Boom, he said, pretending to type commands to execute the imaginary strike. Oh, this is where the Democrats thing comes from.
Democrats, yes.
He also showed Obama, Joseph Biden, and Nancy Pelosi, who we suspected maybe was that mystery lady in the other reflecting pool AI thing he posted.
I don't think so, though, but maybe.
No, it's not. I mean, we were just making titty jokes, I believe.
Sure.
If I recall correctly, Senator. But they're bathing in shit water, sewage in the reflecting pool. Joe Biden looks like he's either dying or jacking off under the shit water. That's about all that I can describe from this picture. Pelosi's facial expression is pretty neutral. Obama looks like he's just kind of squinting at the sun. Oh God, this is all he's doing these days. And then he posted an AI image of a California license plate with Gavin Newscum written NEWSCM the once Golden State, as it says below. Gavin Newsom looking like a zombie. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Make California undead again or something.
Oh, I like that. Hollywood Undead. Yeah, bring back the Hollywood Undead. That's what we need.
And I guess moving along in
I don't like the
war news. This one's just pure fun, folks. Michael Bay to direct Epic Fury Rescue movie for Universal.
Christ.
Who showed us this on the Discord? I should give them credit.
Get me on this thing.
It was somebody. I want to say it was either DJM or Cole posted this in the Discord, but I can't be bothered to look it up now. But what's that all about? I mean, if anyone was going to direct the Operation Epic Fury movie, I guess Michael Bay maybe makes the most sense. I'm at a loss for any other better contenders, really. I mean, I guess it could be like someone who's not really a director. Like all of the Hollywood like conservative guys are really just actors that I could think of, right? Like,
well, Mel Gibson.
Oh, Mel Gibson could do it. There we go. Or that guy Craig, what's his name? Craig Zoller. He's like supposed to be reactionary, but he makes actually good movies somehow, despite bad politics, I guess, from what I've heard.
I mean, obviously those things are not connected, right? But yeah, for sure.
Well, you know what? This is a shame on me situation because I didn't read the article until just now, just scanning it now, and it's a whole lot of nothing. It's like 3 paragraphs explaining who Michael Bay is.
Sure. Yeah, that's important. You gotta know who that is.
And that's it. There's nothing else. There's no quotes from anyone about like why this is happening, why they're interested, what it's about, if this is even real, honestly.
Sure. It's probably like very early and pre-production type shit where it's like there's just nothing to it.
Yeah. I was just going to say that, like, because, this is a pretty recent war, but apparently it's based on a forthcoming book about Epic Fury by Mitchell Zuckoff. Zuck me off, Mitchell, which will arrive next year via HarperCollins. So for the time being, you can just imagine what the Transformers auteur will do with this very compelling narrative. I mean, it would make for good cinema were maybe anyone besides Michael Bay to do it. But I mean, honestly, like, it's kind of in the way that we say, like, Trump is the most fitting person to like accelerate the collapse of empire, just because he's like the the ultimate expression of everything that is disgusting and wrong with the United States.
Right.
Kind of the same thing with Michael Bay doing this pro-war propaganda bullshit. I mean, I didn't really hear anyone talking about this, so I guess I'll just say it sort of in passing. But there was like a huge explosion in like central Israel. And my first thought was, because like the only things I could like find about it were Israeli sources saying, actually, it was a controlled explosion that we meant to go off in the middle of town. It was just like in a factory, like a huge like mushroom cloud went up, and they're like, we meant for that to happen. And I guess there's a bit of controversy going on within Israel, as much as there can be there, a nation where like 95% of people are all on the same evil page. Some people are still mad about this and not trusting the government, but the only reason I finally do believe that it probably was just some fuck up that Israel did was that Iran wouldn't take credit for it. So
right.
It probably wasn't an actual attack that Israel was trying to cover up.
Sure.
I have this like old note that I put in that I just forgot to mention, I guess the last episode, But it was just I was reminded of this when I saw the words Marco Rubio, and Marco Rubio was trying to say that the War Powers Act is actually 100% unconstitutional. In fact, the president can just demand war anywhere, everywhere, all the time, legally.
That's right.
But so I saw that, and then I remembered this day in recent memory where I woke up, and the first thing I saw when I come downstairs and see the TV's on, tuned into CNN, Marco Rubio DJing at family get together. Did you see that? There was this fluff piece that was going around everywhere for some reason, even on non, Fox News outlets like CNN. And the whole thing just disgusted me. And then they cut, because there's stuff going on in the world, I guess people say. So I've heard things are happening that may or may not be more important than Marco Rubio DJing at a bar mitzvah or whatever the fuck it was, a birthday party. But this whole maybe total of 1 minute of watching CNN just felt like it distilled everything that I find gross and horrible about the present world. Because then it went straight from the Marco Rubio DJing hard-hitting news to happy. Oh, so this helps me timestamp it. This was on May 4th because they said Happy May the 4th Star Wars Day, and then went into some Star Wars IP tie-in. I don't know. If CNN owned by Disney, they might as well be at this point. I don't know. But
yeah, it's all just the mega corporation. They run the entire country, government, world, media, all of it. So yeah, it's all just one thing. That's literally where I'm at now when it comes to that kind of shit. Is I just think of it like you said. Is Disney part of CNN? I'm yeah, probably. My brain just says it's all just one fucking thing.
I mean, it basically feels that way for sure. That's definitely true. And then they cut to commercial break. One of thousands of commercial breaks within an hour or something. Jake Tapper appears afterwards to deliver us a human interest piece on some Palestinian guy who went and lost half his body weight. What a freak, right? Oh, wait, it was in an Israeli administrative detention. Endless detention without any charges. And it was really, really perverse to me that Jake Tapper, what do we call him? Fake Fapper?
Yeah.
There was a better one. I can't remember.
Snake Trapper? No, I don't know.
Shut your yapper.
Oh, that's
what I call him.
Oh, take crapper. Because he poops. He poops his pants.
Yeah, I just thought it was because he, I might have been reading something into this a little bit, but knowing what a hardcore Zionist Jake Tapper is, and he's sitting there begrudgingly doing this I mean, he wasn't even doing it. He was just throw to the pre-shot whatever video. But even when it would cut back to him just to be wow, what an interesting story. You could see him just grimacing so hard to be oh, I have to pretend that this terrorist. I think it was just some professor or something anyway. But anywho, that's just that was my 1 minute with CNN a few weeks ago, and I thought I'd throw it out there. Oh, and then they cut to the let's pacify everyone with the UFO reveal, which is also something I kind of wanted to just mention as being hilariously condescending. Really, really treating us like a bunch of fucking idiots. Because when Trump talked about it at some rally or something, kind of recently, I think maybe right before they unveiled it, but he basically said to the audience, I don't really know about any of this stuff. Like, basically meaning, like, I don't believe this bullshit. But you idiots love this crap. So, like, here you go.
You guys love this stuff. They love it. They love this stuff, man.
Like,
you guys
it was
like
just
this, right? He's got the Bible, the upside down Bible. You guys like this stuff, right? He's so good.
And, like, he's been known to do stuff like that in the past, but, like with everything with Trump, it's just becoming more and more text rather than subtext. So,
right.
I thought that was.
Well, he's gotten so old. He just has nothing left.
Yeah, I think it's like a combination of like the dementia, the like also just the real feeling of invincibility, which like I thought about it recently. I was like, who wouldn't feel invincible at this point?
Right. Right.
Like you would act, it would be almost more rational to believe you're invincible if you do the things Trump has done and gotten away with in the way he has, than not.
It's like Trump, like I've gone on my CM Punk diatribe many times, but it's like Trump is like that to a fucking crazier level. He's president.
Yeah.
Twice. Like, imagine anything you've ever tried to do in your life ever, people have told you that you're an idiot and you're not going to be able to do it, and you've always succeeded every time. And Trump is just dumb enough to not realize how much of it has been, like, handed to him. He didn't actually achieve anything. It's all fucking luck, but like I guess it really doesn't matter,
Yeah, I think also the next thing on the line here is plays into this whole idea of like Trump being just desperate but also believing that he's invincible. So Mr. Trump goes to Beijing. And that was some fairly. As I'm saying this, I was going to say that's fairly big news, and then I just think about like how quickly like everything just fades into the fucking just the kind of the news singularity wake trailing behind. But yes, Trump and a group of elite negotiators accompanied him to China to essentially beg and plead China to help out with Iran. This wily kid that who knows why they're acting the way they are these days. I think they're just acting out personally, rebelling against authorities by blocking the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, they're really just looking for attention from the ultimate daddy. Obviously, we all recall when Tucker explained what it's like when Daddy Trump comes home and he tells you that you're getting a vigorous spanking. That's all that Iran wants.
I forgot about that Daddy come home. Wasn't that?
You've been a bad girl.
Oh, right. That was
I'm not going to pretend like this hurts me more than it hurts you. It's going to hurt you more. Yeah.
Right. That was when he liked Trump still. I see. That was on the campaign trail, I think. Of course. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. This is also this is again talking about Elon Musk earlier. This is getting into some deep psychology levels. Tucker has some real stuff going on in that noodle of his,
Did you notice the influx, maybe just in the last week, of people doing Tucker impersonations? And by which I mean, I saw the one guy on SNL do it, which I got the sense that was like a sort of viral video, probably.
Right. Yeah.
And it really annoyed me because I was continuing along my Cumtown chronological re-listen, and just remembered that Mr. Mullen did a very good Tarleson, which was basically just, centered on what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It annoyed me that, annoy is even strong. I don't really give a shit. But as I saw that clip of this guy that I don't know who the fuck he is, so I immediately assume he must suck on SNL doing basically a lesser version of the Mullen
Right.
Cucker impersonation. But then I saw Mr. Hassan Parker was doing it as well, which seemed new to me. And maybe I saw those videos within a short period of time and assumed there was some causal connection and that the nation was being overrun with Tucker Carlson impersonators suddenly.
It's true. You can't go anywhere without hearing people doing Tucker. Everyone's doing Tucker, folks.
Well, the other thing I realized too while listening to Hassan is that he almost has a catchphrase of "What's going on," but that he just says in his normal voice, which is when he gets angry at all the people that pay him lots of money to make him a millionaire for, I don't know, trolling him in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think you're right about that. The thing about Nick Mullen and his art of impression is that, like, I think people let, like, against psychology, they let their brains trick them into believing that he's like, oh, he's doing such a spot on impression. When, like, he's not, but it's like, it is the trick to the impression is that he gets the character part more than he's actually doing, like, a spot on, like, vocal, impersonation of the person, Yeah,
like a domain.
Like I saw, because there was, like, the clip of, that was going around of him talking to Shane Gillis about, like, the View, but with Chinese women, and then Whoopi Goldberg. And he's doing his Whoopi impression, and it's not that good, but one of the people that's on the podcast is like, that's a fucking flawless, perfect Whoopi impression. And it's like, it's really not. But the only thing that, like, the reason why you get it is because he's nailing the energy and the vibe.
Yeah.
Right?
And enough of the voice, like he did, like, the scratchy, soft-spoken Whoopi voice. Like, he's doing that. He's not just doing, like, some generic black lady voice or something, which you would expect him to do because he's racist and we should hate him.
Yeah, that's true. He's canceled, even though he's the president of the DSA, and that's the only thing keeping this heckin' country afloat at this point.
Oh, what a bygone. Tidbit of subculture. Nick Mullen, president of the Democratic Socialists of America.
Yeah, I mean, he was, and we have to respect him for that. You always call him Mr. President. I call him Mr. President still to this day.
China.
I'm finna turn Chinese.
That's right. I mean, basically, the China visit can be summed up as the way that I typed it in the notes here. Trump visits China. Basically, pure desperation. Gets humiliated. Nothing is solved, even in a pretend bullshit way. Likely attacking Iran again and losing even worse. P.S. U.S. military somehow running out of munitions, which was another old item I think I had on some list prior. Hey, look at that. It's Thomas Massey before he got fucked over or whatever.
That's our boy.
Anyway, he also brought Elon Musk along with him to China, which I thought was kind of funny because I saw that news like 3, 4, 5 times, and then suddenly I realized, oh, aren't they, like, supposed to be mad at each other still? What happened to that?
They got over it, man.
Did they make up officially? I assumed they were still sort of on the outs, but I guess not.
I think the whole thing was fucking, again, it was all work. And it was really just about the point that, like, Musk had to leave because he didn't want to have to do a what's it called, like a background check or whatever.
Oh, right, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. It seems almost too much of a sophisticated work, as you called it. I'm trying to think of another word. Scam, fake bullshit, hoax, a Democrat hoax. In any case, it wasn't bringing Iluma along was not the silver bullet Trump may have thought it could have been. I mean, the whole thing is just insane. And like I said, it probably means that back to the drawing board of being at a kind of, this kind of standoff with Iran. I mean, the whole thing obviously still puts me on edge a bit because you don't really want to see a rabid animal cornered usually.
Sure.
Because they're going to have that rabies super strength and go all chaotic violence upon the world out of frustration and inability to do anything else. But basically, the world is like laughing, is laughing at this whole thing. I mean, it was just so obvious what was going on, and there were some elements of China like kind of trolling the U.S. like in the entire thing with like Xi wasn't there to greet Trump like on the runway, and so on and so forth. China basically just kind of laid down what their red lines are, and including like all the stuff about Taiwan that gets brought up in the U.S. constantly and just brought up like casually, like it's no big deal. Talking about I think it was maybe 6 weeks before this visit that Trump said publicly in front of the world, "I can destroy China." I think was the exact quote. And then he just shows up acting like he's in control still, but then also like clearly just like kind of begging for like any kind of scraps he could get. And I guess he came back with a few scraps, sort of. The overall story, though, yes, was essentially that Trump had nothing to bring back with him. He lied about some things. He exaggerated about a couple of things that actually did happen, but they were like, it was like things with like China being like, okay, we'll buy your soybeans again. Right. Even though the reason we stopped buying soybeans from you is that you put 145% tariff on everything.
Right.
So we did like a tiny, retaliation towards that. And now, sure, we'll bring it back to where we were before you did all the fucked up shit towards us.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, and like, what was one of it was like they're gonna buy planes. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna buy planes. Oh, okay, cool. Like this is. I mean, it's a lot of money for them, but it's very funny when you like. It's such a paltry thing because I think it was like China agreed to buy 7, fucking massive jets from Boeing or something like that's like. Oh man, like I know it's like billions of dollars or whatever, but like it just seems so paltry to be like, we got them to agree to buy 7 planes. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, and because it just is, and it's like I said, they're just like resetting a couple of small things that were already in effect before Trump's like swooped in. With the trade war and saying things out loud like, I will destroy China. I'm going to meet with the president of Taiwan, which is the next thing he's doing now, which is like something that hasn't happened for quite a while and goes against a lot of even like regular old US fascist protocol when dealing with China. Because again, desperation, but also then Trump is like, he's supposed to meet the president of Taiwan and is also talking shit about Taiwan at the same time. Right. He's saying now that like they stole chips from us, I think was what he said. It's like it's like the thing with Venezuela, right?
Where sounds like me at a Mexican restaurant complaining that other people are eating all the goddamn chips.
You did have them first, it's true.
Yeah. You can't double dip. Nachos aren't a meal, okay? I agree with Mitch on one thing, is that nachos, I don't care what you do, they're not a meal.
And what else related to China somewhat? Related to this whole thing. Maybe one of Trump's more pathetic gambits within this China summit. I mean, I can't find the article now, but I mean, basically what it was the Financial Times reported that during the talks with Xi, Donald Trump floated the idea that the U.S., China, and Russia should cooperate against the International Criminal Court.
Okay, yeah. I mean, why not, you know?
Just like safety in numbers, I guess, is the idea he's going for. And like, he probably just like, well, I mean, I wouldn't assume Trump knows anything about anything, but maybe someone told him that there's a warrant out for Putin from those guys. And he just, well, they must have it out for Xi as well. We're all dictators, aren't we? We're all dictators here, right, folks?
Yeah. You know, everyone's a dictator in their own way.
I don't know. There was a whole bunch of mess with the ICC and the chief prosecutor, Karim Khan. But at this point, it feels not worth getting into, except for the fact that I guess it's in the positive column for news items to point out that he's in the process of writing up a request for a warrant for the arrest of Smotrich, one of our top foremost evil incarnate ministers of Israel. So good luck with that, ICC. But then there was a bunch of stuff too where essentially Israel is like very obviously trying to like railroad this guy with some sort of claims of sexual harassment that seem spurious, but I'm sure these things will come up in the future and we can get into them more then, because now is the time to
look at my penis.
Yeah. All of this stuff with Cuba being in the crosshairs of the Trump admin seems to unfortunately only becoming more and more real as the days go by. The most recent development of that would be that there's been an indictment of Raul Castro, 94-year-old villain. Instead of me trying to just remember all of this off the top of my head, I will cite one Maximus Blumenthal-Lemus. The Brothers to the Rescue. Remember this shit, folks? This Gusano Cubano group called Brothers to the Rescue. The Brothers to the Rescue planes downed over Cuba were part of the same Miami-based CIA-backed terrorist network that killed Cubans in hotel bombings and bombed Cubana Flight 455 in 1976, killing all 73 passengers. The CIA assets who bombed Cubana 455, Orlando Bosch and Luis Posada Corrales, were protected from justice by the U.S. government, including by former CIA Director George H.W. Bush and his son Jeb. In 1983, Miami honored the arch-terrorists by announcing Orlando Bosch Day. The two mass murderers died as old men in their South Florida homes. Now the CIA is charging Raul Castro for the crime of defending his country against the terrorist network it trained, nurtured, and protected for decades. So that's the real news as I see it, the gray zone news. And that's the continuation of trying to do Maduro-style kidnappings and overthrows in our backyard. And on that tip, there are now newfound plans to, I mean, it's just like, it's not new. None of this is new, really. This is just so more of the same. But I guess like actually flying in and kidnapping the leader is, I mean, there is precedent. It's been done before Trump for sure. But I don't know. Maybe it just seems like more flippantly done now than in the past. But yeah, Bolivia is now on the radar once again. Evo Morales, who's not even in power. The plan is they want to just find this private citizen and kidnap him because he was once the president and we didn't like him then. And then, just basically, doing the same game plan to Bolivia and Colombia, as we also mentioned in recent weeks. As that, came out, Trump told him to watch his ass and so on. But look out for that, folks. Coming to a headline near you in weeks and months to come. Cuba, Bolivia, Colombia, all will be new success win paradises for United States. DNC autopsy, and then maybe just call it a day.
Sounds good.
This is fairly recent news. Did you hear much about this one? I think this just came out a day ago.
I've heard a ton about it. I haven't dug into the details of the actual autopsy itself.
Oh, same. I mean, yeah, I didn't read the fucking 200 pages or whatever, but I heard other people talk about it.
Which is basically the same thing.
When you think about it, when you really think about it. So I guess in recent weeks, there was chatter about this. That's when I first really heard about it, to be honest. I guess I'm not a good Democrat. I wasn't really tuned into all this. I don't know how much anyone was really demanding it anyway until more recently, but the head of the DNC, one Ken Martin, he went on, what was it? Yes, PodSave. He went on the PodSave podcast, crookedmedia.com. And they were kind of holding his feet to the fire about this thing, this report that's supposed to supposedly give Democrats a lesson to learn from in the future.
Right. Which that had to have been coordinated, right? Because PodSave is such fucking, I mean, they are the titular Obama boys. The idea that they held his feet to the fire. You got to do this thing that, like you said, it's pretty easy to, have a short memory of it and be oh, people weren't asking for it. But people were asking for this a ton right after the election. It's just been fucking 2 years. So people died down and they just figured it was never coming.
Yeah.
So the idea that they came back and pushed it so hard, it was clearly again, I think that was very coordinated.
Well, I mean, say more about that. What do you mean exactly? Coordinated amongst whom?
I think that Crooked Media / the Obama boys or whatever were they were told to push his feet to the fire about releasing the autopsy from the Kamala campaign because we're going to actually release it pretty soon. Basically. Just to bring it back into cultural consciousness and make it seem like it's important. Because, I mean, basically people had stopped caring because everyone had kind of put together their own autopsy, which ended up being pretty close to correct. And that was why they didn't want to release anything to begin with. Is that because the answer was, Kamala would have won if she had just said, I don't support Israel. That was all that she needed to fucking do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not Genocide Joe, and I'm not going to continue to send millions of dollars of bombs to Israel, which is funny because Trump basically said that and then has just doubled down and been fucking 3 times as bad as even Joe was because Biden at least didn't fucking start war with Iran, right? Jesus. But yeah, if Kamala had just said, I'll be slightly more firm with Israel than Joe has been, then she would have won the election. And I think that they wanted to release this, and they got the Crooked Media boys to bring it up and quote unquote, put his feet to the fire.
But why would they want to release this? It's an embarrassment. It's roundly,
I think,
being rejected as laughably bad by not everybody, because there are some radical centrist types, whatever. I guess they're out there, I've heard, that are actually saying see, there you go, what do you know, Israel Palestine was actually irrelevant. So it's just proved through this report now, because they literally don't mention the word Israel, Palestine, Gaza, the words, I should say. And then they don't make a single mention of Biden's age being a problem, let alone his mind being ruined. What else do they not mention in this? I'm trying to remember now. The list of things they don't mention. Oh, they don't mention inflation or immigration. Right. In this autopsy of what went wrong. So let's leave out all the things that objectively, verifiably factually went wrong, which have all been like borne out in post-election, pre and post-election polling and whatnot. It's just it's like a huge, ridiculous embarrassment. The other thing is that like
okay, well, sorry, really quickly, let me give my what is my theory of mind? What is my concept of why they do this now when, like you said, it feels like pointless? It is to create the artificial separation for Kamala now, because clearly they're teasing, or not even teasing. Clearly it's leaking, it's coming out. Kamala is going to try to run again, right? So releasing this autopsy now is a way to then give Kamala a pivot point to say, listen, I learned, I've calculated, and I've adjusted, and I'm ready to say that, no, we're not going to do, Vietnam, Tupac. We're pulling out and we're leaving Iran now. You know what I mean? Like, this is a way to give Kamala like an ability to create light in between her and Biden that again would have made her win the election at that time. But this is the best part about this is they're going to try to clear the fucking lane and create like the space for Kamala to win using this. But again, it's going to be Democratic fucking, demo rat, like too late, and not realizing that they're chasing fucking shadows. They are behind the times now, and just being like, we don't support Israel isn't going to be enough to actually make the difference to put her over the line. And she's going to lose to, Don Trump Jr. or whatever.
Yeah, there was also, I didn't put this on the list, but I think this is also very recent. There was a article about Kamala, and it seemed to be actually, speaking of like DNC coordinated efforts. I didn't read the whole article. I was just more like heard about it. I started reading some of it, but I think it like just came out the other day. Yeah, Vanity Fair. Who wants Kamala Harris to run is the title. And it seems to be getting at this idea that some of the like senior foremost DNC leadership, the real elites, really don't want her to run at all.
Right.
But whatever. Who gives a fuck?
But again, like, this is like part of what's fucked up is that like the real elites that don't want Kamala to run are not the people who actually run the Democratic Party, right? The real elites who like run the world are separate from the political parties in America. Anyway.
Sure, but I think
it's the swamp, baby.
I think some of the people who are actually like Democratic partisans just look at the fact that she lost. And,
right, she's a loser.
Yeah. In any case, I don't even really care about any of that. I call them demon rats personally. The other thing about this this report that was kind of funny to me is that a lot of, I would say, well-founded speculation that the whole thing was AI generated as well. And
sure.
that the version that they released, that I think CNN it was published, has like the margin, like red pen notes from Ken Martin. And it's just basically saying like, this doesn't make any sense. These numbers don't add up. And it's just like, you just left it that way. And it for 2 years and then still released it like that. Like,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. And then the guy who wrote the article, Paul Rivera, he's lost his job only right when this came out though. So like he was still like, they held him like, paid him money to be some bullshit job haver within the DNC
right.
until yesterday when this came out. And it was like, obviously I think the Ken Martin, like, because the thing that I didn't get at with the Pod Save appearance was basically that he was doing a bunch of like evasive, just bullshit excuse making. And then like, but that was just like 2 weeks ago, I think. And then I don't know. Maybe there was coordination, whatever. It really doesn't matter.
Sure.
It just felt so perfectly Democratic Party to do something like this.
Right.
It's like the ultimate loser self-sabotage. Let's lose on purpose. Let's strategically lose. Come on, y'all. Let's do it. And boy, did they do it. Maybe some rapid fire here.
Sure.
The Trump family, now exempt from all taxes forever. I put a question mark there, but I looked it up after writing that. And yes, that has officially gone through.
Oh, good.
And speaking of fucking with the IRS for personal gain, which is what that was part of, also part of that was Trump creating this $1.8 billion slush fund by settling, I guess, out of court with his IRS, who he's suing for $100 billion.
This is so.
Because they released his tax returns apparently illegally. I haven't even looked into the deal, what the deal was with that. But so instead of possibly having to pay out $100 billion, he's only making them pay just shy of $2 billion, and he's going to use that money specifically, not for himself. He's not going to be selfish. He's going to use the money to pay out people who've been unfairly targeted by politics. Right. By which he means Jan 6 people, who he pardoned all of course, and other strategic MAGA allies. Several of these people have already come forward and made requests for money, please. Just
right.
I think one guy just came out and was like, yeah, I'll take 2.7. I was just thinking how are they coming up with these figures here as well? But yeah, I guess probably how you come up with those numbers is just you get a lawyer who's does the maximum calculations or whatever. But yeah, so in other words,
someone making I heard someone making a reference to this money could go to different people, and it's funny or whatever because of it would be the opposite of what it's obviously on its face what it's meant to be. But one that crossed my mind that I think it fits perfectly into what the purpose of this quote unquote situation in the slush fund is Trump going to give some of this money to Mahmoud Khalil? It feels like he fits the description of who this is supposed to go to, Anyway. Well,
the only thing that could even come close to that in reality would be kind of a kind of Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner style game of cat and mouse trickery, where they're just Mahmoud, my main man, your payout is over here. Come to this address. It's just
yeah, exactly.
The prison doors slam behind him as he walks in.
It's Trump with a massive mallet, behind his back. It's the size of 16 planets or whatever.
It's a box propped up on a stick with a string attached to it. Yeah,
exactly.
And speaking of cartoonish evil, Trump continues to approve even more forever chemicals, as they're called, the PFAS.
We love it, folks.
Highly carcinogenic compounds. Those are allowed in the water supply. Actually, I think they're doing a weird kind of... maybe they're not. I might have just misunderstood this, or maybe I'm just guessing. Who can know what I'm doing here? Speculating wildly, or did I hear this? The angle they're trying to go for on this, it's not, oh, you can have these cancerous chemicals. That's okay. It's more, no, what's okay is that you don't have to filter these chemicals out. So your filtering technology doesn't have to be appropriate for catching these PFAS chemicals. And as we've mentioned in the past, the Roundup stuff, the glyphosate. I saw some Roundup in the store the other day, and it freaked me out. I assumed that stuff just went away forever.
That's so good. Yeah.
I mean, it didn't. I didn't leap back from the shelves, but It made me think of this bullshit.
No, because there's stuff like this that's just feels so incredibly bad / like evil that you think that like
it was dealt with years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows and nobody, but it's like, it's the same thing for me. It feels like the same thing to me as like my separation from like the concept of like McDonald's, you know? Like, but then you'll drive by one and see that there's people that go in there and eat, and it's like, wait, that's not, we've all agreed that it's bad, I thought. We don't do that. But no, they do. Yeah, Roundup still exists, dude. And like, the shit that you saw on the shelf is like, again, it's like the same stuff that we talk about where it's like, oh, make sure that you set your thermostat to 65 and make sure, turn the water off before you, poop or whatever so that you don't waste, like, the thing where they, like, try to make you think that your decisions matter. Like, the Roundup that was on the shelf in the fucking, Home Depot or wherever you were is nothing compared to, like, the industrial grade shit that's still being poured on everything everyone in America eats that's grown in, like, our, in our farmland.
Yeah, it's true. And,
pretty cool, right?
Did you hear about Trump being pro-vape? This was in the news.
His son is
recently.
Like a big vape guy,
And I think also some of his big benefactors, donors. Right. I mean, that was what happened with the vapes thing. It was like, it was just clear, like, one-to-one pay to play. I don't remember the facts of the matter offhand, but it did go down where, like, he brought up the idea to RFK and someone else in the administration, and they were like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, even RFK was like, I mean, I don't know if they actually challenged him. Probably not. But yeah, basically, like, there will be no, just in the way that there will potentially be no such regulations whatsoever on AI, there will be no regulations for the next 50 years, unless some kind of Obama figure comes back, I guess, to the vape laws. Because some pedophile Trump hangs out with makes billions from vapes. So thou shalt not regulate from now until forever. We got a super El Nino coming along. There was an Ebola outbreak, the third worst so far in the history of Ebola on record.
Well, a lot of people, in my field, let's say, are looking at it and saying basically this outbreak is not over and is like going to explode into even bigger. And this is like people who I think are like reasonable. This is not like being insane.
Yeah. It's worrisome. Ebola is not a sometimes food.
Yeah.
You want to avoid it completely. I assume the Hanta virus is worse this week than it was last week, but I don't know. I didn't look it up. I just wrote the word Hanta in all caps here just to remind me.
Weirdly, it seems not as slightly less concerning, but probably still bad.
Still bad is also one John Fetterman. So we'll go out on this feel-good story, which is not really a story at all. I mean, it's just basically Fetterman updates, I guess. Fetterman also no speak good. He said, and this is in the drop machine here. He went on Fox News, I believe, and he said a few things that were drop worthy, including this one.
I mean, America's turning 50 years old. Why wouldn't we want to make sure everything looking great?
It's also not 50.
Yeah,
250. A lot of people are overlooking that part where he's just like, America's turning 50. How old are you, John Fetterman? How old are you that you think America is 50?
And this may have put some people, including yours truly, in the mind of this classic drop.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
Which I went down memory lane. I went down memory lane today with the press conference where that comes from, which was when Trump and RFK and some other guy, I forget who, all came out to tell the world that Tylenol causes autism.
Right. I looked it up just to be sure, because I was like, Fetterman's got to be older than 50 himself.
I hope so.
But then I was like questioning it. He is 56 years old.
Thank God.
So when he said America is turning 50, he thought that he's older than America.
What a dumb guy.
Think about that.
I gotta say, he's real stupid.
I mean, it's almost unfair to call him stupid because he's like brain damaged, but yes, he's very stupid.
He was stupid before the brain damage.
It's true.
We've talked about this. I will never let it go. I will be petty about it. I will do all kinds of leftist infighting with people about John Fetterman and how I always knew he was dumb even before he had a stroke. I mean, he is worse, I guess, than he was before, I suppose. But like,
it can only good happen.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
That's right.
But like, yeah, on the topic of him always being shitty and sucking, there were some, like, right before we got on the call here, brand new revelations, which I don't really have the details, but it is like confirmed now that Fetterman had an official Israeli handler for like years and years and years now.
Hell yeah.
So the world is going to be shocked. I'm sure they're still recovering now as we speak. Maybe we can update on that next week, because people are going to really need like a lot of facts and figures to believe that John Fetterman. Are you talking about John Fetterman? My John Fetterman? Not my John Fetterman. He would never be remotely pro-Israeli. And then finally, the last funny news about John Fetterman of this week that I was aware of, at least. I really want to get the exact wording on this for some reason.
I mean, it's good. It's good.
Fetterman. There we go. Found it.
Oh, okay.
Can't find a better Fetterman.
A Fetterman. Yeah, that's good, right? That's a good version to do that song. Hoping for a Fetterman.
I mean, I feel like someone else did that before me. I don't want to take credit for it.
No, I can't recall.
I've definitely had that at least going through my head when I say Fetterman.
Yeah,
Can't find a Fetterman.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
This was referring to last summer. Last summer, Fetterman called a rare meeting with senior staff to ruminate about his political future. The presidency still intrigued him.
Can you imagine? Oh my God.
I just like the wording of the whole thing is so funny to me. I don't even know where this is. I will shout out Discord member, friend of the show, DJM, sending this this screen grab to the Discord, but it's not sourced. It may be bullshit. DJM, did you make this up?
DJM is known for his bullshit. He's a known bullshit artist. Anyways.
The presidency still intrigued him. 4 staffers say he used to openly talk about running for president. But it had been a bruising few months. He floated something more realistic. Vice president on the Democratic Party's 2028 presidential ticket.
That's right.
And then, quote from an unknown person, because this was not properly sourced, almost all of us had our jaws on the floor. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? You don't do your job. You can't raise any money, and your entire party hates you. A person who is in the room says. Okay, that's why it's not properly sourced, because it was anonymous. All right.
Right.
But then finally, on the subject of not being able to speak properly in our moment of Zen, this could be a moment of Zen type segment, because I really just kind of want to play it for you and let it speak for itself. Jim Cramer, that money guy, you know, the guy who screams about money on the television, the bald man.
I think they call him Pissed Currency. I think that's his thing. Right? Pissed off currency, Jim Cramer.
Yes, pissed pesos.
Yeah.
Wait, it is Mad Money though, right? Pissed currency,
Yes,
Mad Money.
Yes, I'm aware. Yeah, pissed currency.
I like Pissed Currency. That's good.
Me too.
But Pissed Currency guy, who I believe he's one of these guys like Van Jones, who like says he used to be like a hardcore Maoist or something before he turned like the exact opposite.
Before he saw the fucking error of his ways and he realized.
It's like these guys who really, they heard that like probably apocryphal saying about like, what is it when you have no heart, if you're not a liberal when you're young and you have no brain, blah, blah, blah. We all know this one. They really took that to heart.
What it is, they say if you're not bisexual, but when you're 23, your dick is small. And if you're not straight by the time you're like in your 50s or whatever, you're gay or something.
You're too gay. You're a gay too far. Yeah,
that's the thing that they say. Yeah, and he believes it.
I am looking up Jim Cramer Wikipedia, and I'll allow myself one keyword search. What should I do? What do you think? Mao or communist? Trot.
Let's
try Trot.
Oh, okay, Trot is good. Yeah.
All three of these, nothing doing. Anyway, whatever.
Nothing.
Here's what happened with Jim Cramer. They were at the end of Mad Money or whatever it was, some show on the television.
Pissed Currency, yeah.
They were on Pissed Currency. It was him and two other guys, and they're basically talking about like, the other huge scandal of the week that I forgot to mention, Trump's insider trading just being flown out in the open for all to see and make hilarious excuses for. Although it's like finally kind of, it's like, I say it's all very gradual, the way that the people are kind of turning on Trump. But the slush fund in like quick succession with the news about Trump investing hundreds of billions of dollars and getting even more back from it.
Right.
And like you can look at the timeline and watch him invest and then go out on national television and hype up the company he's just invested in like 3 hours prior. So anyway, that's what they're talking about. And truly at a loss for words, Jim Cramer sounds like this. And this is what we're going to go out on here.
Yeah, it was exactly true.
Got nothing to say about it?
Well, yeah.
All right, don't worry. We're not having technical difficulties here, everybody. But
and you cut to commercial. But that says it all, doesn't it, folks? I feel like the next time I'm asked to sum up anything, I'm going to reach for my Jim Gibberish Kramer drop.
Got nothing to say about it?
What?
My favorite part of it is when the word trade just comes through amongst all the gibberish.
Yeah.
Because that was I didn't put it in the drop here, but the question was something about trade. Trade.
Trade. That's right.
All right, let's recommend some shit and get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
if you feel like it, you don't have to feel like it.
Remind me, have I recommended Half Man?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost
definitely
because I don't really know what that is. I've just heard the title.
It's good,
and so you can explain it to me slightly.
Is it Josh Gad? No, it's
Josh Gad. That is a person.
That's not the guy. That's not
the actor.
Yeah.
Josh Gad fucked Qbert, by the way, which is Doughboy's lore.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Real lore, actually.
He actually did it. Yeah, he's got
He fucked the real Qbert and had babies with it.
But
her?
That again, because he's got like an 8-bit penis. Because like, how do you? Anyways, Richard Gad, who did Baby Reindeer, and then now his new joint is Half Man. Super interesting, like writer director, actor, show creator, everything, kind of Renaissance man, if you will. I will highly recommend Half Man. We're almost, I think, I don't know how long the quote unquote first series or how long it's even going to go, whatever is, but it's like incredibly deep. Oh, it says it's a 6-part television drama, so I guess it's only meant to be 6 episodes, and that's it. It's fucking insane, and I highly recommend it. It's tense. It's speaks to a lot of like toxic masculinity, homoeroticism. It's definitely very cool, and yeah, I do continue to highly recommend it as like a show, a 6-part series that's worth checking out.
Sounds intriguing as the presidency for myself.
Sure.
I will recommend forests, generally speaking, but more specifically speaking, in Lake County, Illinois, where I am at the moment, they have a good amount of forest preserves. And if anyone is ever in the area or happens to already be in the area, I recommend you check them out. And I'll even list a couple of my favorites that I've been to. Been going to these places pretty much every day for the last month-ish that I've been back in Illinois. Check out one called Sedge Meadow. Real nice. It's got a lot of canopy style trails for the oppressive sunshine of the summer. Another cool one called Moraine Hills. It's a pretty big one. A lot of hills, a lot of different heights from which you can look out over the landscape. A lot of good variants of landscapes and whatnot at the ones that I like. Because some of them are kind of shitty and like don't really have many trees. It's just like a kind of a path out in a field. But most of them are pretty great. Van Patten Woods, another good one. And then one right near where I'm staying at my old home, my parents' home, McDonald Woods Forest Preserve. You're going to want to check that one out, folks. That's the one that I fondly remember even from high school. Buying some weed from the high school drug dealer who I just remembered when I was thinking about this today was named hilariously Paris, France. My local drug dealer's legal name apparently was Paris, France. You know, all the fun stuff you remember from your youth, smoking weed out of a aluminum can alone in the forest. You're going to want to do that, folks, when you get out to McDonald Woods. I recommend the willow tree near the marsh. It's a good place to hide out.
God damn it. God, you can't be saying stuff like that. Would you say that, generally speaking, forested areas look like trees?
I would say that. And I would also say,
cut your meat. Generally speaking, Chinese people look Chinese.
Videos aren't real.
Where my unstable girlies at?
all right. Now what you're really going to want to do is go to the show description, check out show notes, check out the Discord link. First and foremost, I should have said that first. The only thing you really need to remember is to go to the Discord, join the Discord, post in the Discord, do all that fun stuff. And also check out Tim's other podcast, which you can also find in the show description, which is called...
This Week in Wrestling. No, Psychology is Dead. They just did their ballot for the 100 greatest wrestlers ever. There's about 17 hours of podcast. Might be more than that. I might be underselling it by saying 17. The part 3 was over 9.5 hours. And there was 2 other parts before that. It's worth a listen. It's definitely worth a listen all the way through. So check that out to hear Quentin and Steph, aka Steven, aka Fujiwara Smirk, talking about the 100 greatest wrestlers ever. My ballot is just posted on my Twitter. You can look at it. You can just take your little eyeballs, and you can just look at the list. And if you want to hear me talk about it, there is a podcast from 10 years ago, but you don't need to worry about that. Listen to Quentin and Steph talk about the new ballot, and that is on violentpeople.co/QNTR podcast feed. Anyways, that's it.
There was the perfect amount of pause after you said the word look to me.
Look at my penis.
Yeah, that's good, right? Look at, yeah.
I just wasn't quick enough on the soundboard draw there. I felt like I was going to ask something about your other podcast. Again, just thoughts flying straight out of my head as soon as I have them. So we'll just say goodbye instead.
Let's do it.
And as one unfettered Congress ogre always says when asked to defend the indefensible...
Yeah, it was exactly Trey.
You got nothing to say about
Trey?
Good night, good luck, good morning, Etna.
Stepping a stone in, I'm all gone. Give me the tone in, I'm all gone. Yeah, I'm walking by the line. Not here, but in my mind. I'm working a sweat, but it's all good. I'm breaking my back, but it's all good. 'Cause I know I'll get it back. Yeah, I know your hands will clap. I'm working, yeah, I'm working to make butter for my piece of bun. And if you say I'm not okay, then I'll still go. If you say that in a way that I could know. If you say I ain't too high from down below, but saying I
The first voice recording was made in 1860. It was a 10-second fragment of the French folk song Au clair de la lune recorded by inventor Edward Leon Scott de Martinville. But who will make the final voice recording and when? What will it be? Who will hear it?